Good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening and good night.
Depending on where you are.
Good morning.
Hope everyone's having a nice long weekend.
Yep, just
all over North America.
Yeah,
I think
North
it is
America.
in the UK.
No, no Labor Day.
Oh, no.
I didn't think so either.
Nope.
So we are.
But the boys are working.
The boys are working.
No Labor Day for the.
Yes, it is a day of labor. We had a good little film day today.
We did. Busy one. Productive one.
Very productive. Yeah, we had time for lunch, which was nice. Most importantly of all, screen's working. For those of you that are just tuning in, let us know how the stream is looking. Hopefully it is functioning.
Turn this volume off, no one needs that. And
I don't need to hear myself.
Nope.
Looks like everything is good.
Who do
Brian's
Brian's in
homeland?
Try and pronounce that.
I'm not going to.
Please. This will make my day.
Kirkintilloch.
Good. Speed it up.
Kirkintilloch.
Good, yeah. Kirkintilloch.
Kirkintilloch.
That's where my mother-in-law was born.
Is it? Wow.
Yep.
There you go. Small world.
Kirky, for sure.
What loch?
You're well, Brian.
Loch means lake, right? Anytime loch is in there, it means lake, pretty much. Loch Ness monster.
Mm-hmm.
The comments are a little. Oh no, there they are. Good. They're good. All right, I'm gonna close this because it's causing
issues.
Some time delay.
I can't seem to get the questions up for some reason.
Go press that middle one there. Live chat.
Oh, no.
As he thumbs it down. You're all wondering who thumbs down every video. It's Ian.
Hey guys. Who does the videos?
We got a bunch of private detectives on it, apparently. I keep seeing comments. Oh, this is good.
Devastate.
Joe's on. Joe, hello.
Joe. I also got
Alan, Brett, William, Zach. Lots of familiar names.
Oh.
Good. Yeah, so we had a good day of testing. We'll do a very brief preview of what we were up to. We did, I put everything away. Blueprint irons.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting. P790 new versus original.
Mm-hmm. We threw in the little comparison between Blueprint and 620 MB.
So the MBs were out again, which was good. And then we did some new shaft testing, some fancy stuff. So we'll see that later this week.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to keep the last one a surprise?
No, let's drop that one in there. We had a friend with us, a mate.
A new mate. We had the championship belt.
That's what it's like, isn't it?
It is. We did a little video on that today.
Love to know if anyone has one so far.
Yeah, me too.
Would love to know.
Me too, yeah. So you had your maiden voyage with it. I've messed around with it a few times, but yeah, we did a little introductory video. So the plan is we'll do a little bit of kind of ongoing progress with it, see how it goes, and hopefully you guys can kind of follow along. And if someone has one, I'd like to see.
Love to, yeah.
Just how your progress is going.
How the guys getting on.
Lots of curiosity around that. So, all right. Well, why don't we dive into some queries here?
Let's do it. Let's go back a little bit.
Let's go back right up to the top.
Okay.
So David was on early. David was asking about Shimada Pros compared to Dynamic Gold X7.
Not really all that similar at all. X7s are significantly stiffer.
Oh, really? Okay.
Heavier, stiffer. Shimada Pros 126 grams. Dynamic Gold X7s 134, I believe. Heavier, stiffer.
Yeah, that's quite
significant.
a bit heavier, isn't it?
Yeah.
For different swings then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. David said he was enjoying the Shimadas better. Not surprised.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, the X7s are for a very, very small market. I mean, even look at the amount of tour players that play X7s versus X1s.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
No, you're right.
It's not even close.
Sure, not many of them do.
Yeah.
That's another shaft-related question. So Luke is asking, he's got Dynamic Gold X100s in the irons.
Yeah.
Doesn't time his driver the best. What weight category should he be looking at?
I mean, that's just one piece of the puzzle. Look, it's shaft weight, balance point, head weight. The whole kit and caboodle matters for you. So I would say probably most likely you're going to be in the high 60s, low 70s, that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Makes sense. Yeah, because X100s are not light by any means, are they?
No.
Ricky's asking about slicing with the irons. Well, the quick answer is your club path is part of it, but your club face is a big factor as well. So usually your face is open, path is across. What do you usually, when someone's slicing, you usually tell them to work on their wrist angles first?
Yeah, working wrist angles.
A little flatter at the top with your left wrist if you're a righty.
A little bit in the takeaway, try and kind of get the left wrist for the right-handed player curling under more.
Yep, this way.
Try not to get too much sort of left arm rotation, which generally leads to cupping. Try and kind of get the arm to work deeper across the chest with a little bit more lead arm bow. That will generally get the sweet spot and hand path moving deeper, which allows them to exit more right, and then therefore the face will slingshot.
Gotcha. Yeah. Generally, getting the club face addressed first kind of helps you then swing and change your
That's
swing
the death
path.
move.
Yeah, it's that
That
move.
one.
Yeah.
That's hot. That's tough.
Most people that slice have a little bit of that flavor.
Because what happens is when they do that as well, when the arms sort of are the ones that do most of the travel. I mean, I can look how little I can move my chest and I can still make a full swing.
Yeah,
for the most part. I mean, I'm doing nothing.
Yeah.
But whereas when you go that way, you have to pivot around.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hello from down under. Hello
AC?
from up over, wherever we are.
Wherever we are. The frozen north.
I know. Lots of different people. South Africa,
Wow.
UK, Scotland, Australia. It's great. Lots of different time zones being covered.
Good.
That's a good question from Brett. So a set of MP15s.
Yeah.
So older, relatively. What do you think? Were those irons likely to wear out in 5-6 years? The grooves get a little tired by that point?
No, generally not. I mean, there's
You'd
people,
have to hit a ton of balls.
there's people who practice all day every day and have older irons than that the grooves don't necessarily wear out.
Unless you're like only hitting a 7-iron in the range or something like that. But if you want new irons, Brett, don't let us discourage you.
Yeah.
Zachary is asking about hybrid shafts. So what's that? 110 F5 recoil utility proto. Who makes that? Recoil? USD. So he loves his smoke 6.5 and Diamana B70X. So what would be a good recommendation for a new hybrid shaft for Zachary?
Quite heavy. The 110.
110's a lot of weight, isn't it?
110X.
Like a 10C1. What's the 10C1 is? 5 or so?
Yeah, probably an actual gram weights. This was designated as a 100 TX. You could definitely go, graphite design, DI 95.
Yep.
Acra Tour Z 95 or 85. There's so many, Zach. But yeah, I would just go about trying some different ones. I mean, that seems like a lot of weight.
Yeah, maybe something that's
A little bit.
around
100
100 gram dish.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Bryce ordered a shaft. Bryce, if you just ordered it on Friday morning, it's Monday, it was a holiday weekend, so I'm sure it will go out later this week, bud.
Yep, shafts, I mean, from Acra for us to take delivery, if it was ordered on Friday, obviously everyone's kind of sleeping over the weekend, so they'll get the order Tuesday, so it'll be fulfilled. We would have it in-house Wednesday, and then it'll fall into the queue.
Dr. Jedi is asking about more Wild West wet wedge testing. We are going to get, so we had T20 Mizunos in, but it was only for the day when Chris Vishal was here. So T20 review will be here. It's just kind of a standalone review. Once we get our demos, I think we're going to do like a full kind of battle of the wet wedge test, because then we'll have everything. We'll have everything in the shop. MG, glides, everything. So
Yep.
we will do that.
5. We've got the
New
Jaws,
Callaways.
the Jaws ones coming
That
in.
would be good. Still have like RTX 4 and all those and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you were saying today you don't really feel like you ever really...
I don't think I ever hit them,
I know.
unless I have a memory that's bad, which is certainly possible. Sting is asking about why I haven't put I have put the G410 driver in my bag.
G410's been in your bag for a long time.
Yep, I played that since...
Probably May or something.
Yeah, it's been in there since whenever we finished that little series.
It's
So
been in there for a while. You never really felt that comfortable with the Cobra, did you?
No, it was fun for a long drive, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I just didn't hit as many fairways with it. So the G410 has been good. It will remain. MP20 reviews are coming on Thursday morning. That's when the review embargo is off. So we have to confirm exactly what time we're allowed to post, but I suspect Eastern Standard Time will be in the morning on Thursday. September the 5th.
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's an embargo on that. Like a lot of people were confused why we done sort of Chris's interview. And
which you're allowed to do. You just can't, we weren't allowed to show hitting shots.
There was a media embargo on testing on the product, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So we had to abide by that, but we have filmed it, we have scheduled it, and it will be released
as soon as it's allowed.
Literally as the clock strikes the 5th.
We will be first.
We will be first.
Which is exciting.
Yeah.
Many people asking about that. So Sean, yes, that's when they're coming out. Whisker, I don't know if we're getting double time or not. We did treat ourselves to lunch though. That was like double time.
I'm certainly not getting paid double time, that's for sure.
Good question from Jack about sole width and irons. We were just talking about this the other day. So a thinner soled set of irons for someone who's a bit more of a digger.
Someone who is a bit more of a digger. I mean, a digger designation is kind of a fairly vague description of what you do.
You may not know exactly what you're attacking.
It's not so much what you do, it's how you do it that kind of almost matters. So, like, you can be a digger but have a low point too close to the ball, but you just have your club,
Right, yeah.
too low at that point.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more to it, Jack, than that. So, more than ever, though, I think as a fitter, I pay attention so much to that sole design.
We were talking about that at Titleist when we were outside.
Up at Titleist, yeah. I've done so much P760 this year because of their pre-worn leading edge. I think that's a fantastic iron.
Yep.
I really do think that's one of the best irons out there.
Yeah, really.
I really
it's kind of
do,
under the radar a bit.
Yep.
I liked it when we tested it. For
yeah,
sure.
you really done well with that.
I thought it was good. Yeah.
Really well.
As good as anything else.
I know.
All right. Joe's got an interesting note about golf ball. So he's playing around with Pro V1, but found sounds like Z-Star XV was a little bit better in the wind.
Interesting.
We got to do some testing on it.
Yeah.
So the experience we had at Titleist, where they gave us Pro V1X, the new model, my spin numbers were way higher than usual. And we did a little digging on their website, and it kind of seems from the literature that they may actually have flipped them around this time. And Pro V1 is supposed to have a lower long game spin than Pro V1X now. I think Pro V1X is supposed to actually spin more.
Spin a little bit more.
So that's funny. So that should be the lower spinning ball. So maybe just the dimple pattern on Z-Star is good for the wind.
A lot of people say the same thing about TP5 and TP5X versus Titleist. They say they find it's better in the wind.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
I mean, a lot of people have said it, so there's got to be something going on there for sure.
Certainly don't think Titleist will be one of the worst balls in the wind, that's for sure. I think just by going how rigorous their testing is.
True. Yeah, it's hard to say what's subjective and what's, based on data.
I mean, none of these other companies are just ball companies. I mean, Titleist for the most part will admit to being a ball company. Yeah. Who also make good hard goods.
Yeah, the clubs are kind of a side project, aren't they?
Yep.
True enough. Playmate video. Soon. This week.
Yeah, this week.
Later this week. Maybe like Friday or something.
Anyone else have a Playmate? Have tried it or?
Yeah, keep an eye on the live there.
I know.
That's funny. Joe said the leading edge of those blueprints got a little sticky for him. I think I found that too when we were hitting.
Did you?
Just a little bit. Or I was just making bad swings. A couple people are already chiming in that they have it.
Nice.
Whisker's asking if it holds in a hernia. If you strapped it in hard enough, I would imagine.
You should have hold in quite a lot of things.
It's a serious piece of Velcro on there. What is the craziest?
Read that one.
Nope. What is the craziest weather you've played in?
You first. What have you played in?
Actually, I remember playing in high school once, a tournament. It was like a municipal course, like in Scarborough, so not the nicest course, clearly. It had rained so much that there were puddles all over the greens, and I think we still played 16 holes of match play before the coaches decided to come out and say, "Oh no, we're going to cancel the round."
That's crazy.
So we played in we were all soaked.
Yeah.
That's probably the stupidest. I would never have played golf in that much rain, like flooding. Who plays golf when the course floods? That's probably some of the worst weather I've played.
Yeah. Tell you what, I mean, there was some days when we played it, out at Turnberry that were just the wind. You just can't believe, like when the ball starts coming back at you, right? So you hit maybe like a 7-iron, from 100 yards or something like that. So you kind of hit it up, and bear in mind, I was such a crap wind player when I was young.
Were you hitting it high?
Oh, so high. I had a really weak club face, and I really struggled to kind of flight the ball down. And any time the wind blew at all, it was absolutely all flat. I couldn't do it. And I never really got the whole just take more club and swing easy part. I never really got that.
That's the
when I was
way,
younger. Oh, absolutely. But fun. I used to just playing 40, 50 mile an hour winds, and so hard.
It's impossible.
So hard.
It's impossible. Yeah, I played on Friday, and I don't know, it couldn't have been any more than 20, 25 kilometer
Let us know,
winds,
Ben. Let us know what the hardest conditions you've played in.
Absolutely. A ton of people asking about ping 2.0 versus 3.0. Whether those wedges do the same thing with the water.
You and I, do you remember we done that test before?
Vaguely, with those wedges. Mm-hmm. Where? And
it never really done too much.
Was it in here?
we done it. We either done it in here or we done it. We done it somewhere.
It rings a bell. I just don't remember when we did it.
Yeah. I think we tried it once before, and it never really caught our attention. And then when we done it this time, it was obviously a big wow factor.
Mm-hmm. We'll be doing. I don't know if we're going to test 2.0s at this point, because I think they've made their way out of the shop, but we'll definitely be working through the other models that are in the shop. Tons of people asking about MP20s. Is the HMB MP20 chunky? I would say no. That's not the word I would use to describe it.
I wouldn't say so, no. I would say it's pretty clean. Yeah, it's one in the top drawer. I would say it's really clean. I think the lines are really, really good.
Yeah, for the size of iron, it's not chunky, that's for sure.
Joe's got a sneaky little question. Where's Joe's?
Oh, I see, down at the bottom.
Joe, this one's for you.
So you have?
3 times if you've hit it.
Ooh, wow. Been busy, eh?
Uh-huh.
That's the HMB there. So it is pretty compact for a hollow iron, right? It's really not big.
Yep.
All right. KBS shafts are still coming. We're waiting. We are waiting. We were going to do that today.
I would bet a significant amount of money this is the week.
Okay, so hopefully next week.
Yeah. Yep.
Hopefully next week. That's a good question. So when it comes to game improvement irons, should they really only be reserved for a high handicap player that doesn't hit it very far?
Should a high handicap golfer with short distance only use game improvement irons?
So basically, is that the only type of golfer that, or is that that type of golfer kind of pigeonholed into using the largest kind of models that are out there?
No, I don't think you should ever just be sort of pushed towards one set of irons, because there'll always be exceptions to different players who just are more efficient with it. I mean, you can be a sort of higher handicapper and struggle to control sort of the entry point of your golf club, and these wider soles, all they do is just bounce off the ground. Whereas if you get a slightly narrower sole and you can make sort of better ball first contact, it's significantly more efficient. Yeah. So no, I wouldn't say so.
Well, even Ronnie's fit, his iron fit, he ended up with probably a thinner soled iron than you would expect. Those MMCs. Yes. Lefties exist, Whisker. Mizuno is acknowledging our existence. It's good. What hybrid has the most lie angle adjustability?
Ping.
Ping, okay.
Which hybrid is the most? Well, saying that Ping from sort of standard to flat, you could probably argue Titleist actually has more versatile adjustability because it can go upright or flat.
Right.
Right. So to about the same tune, so you can go up 1.5-ish, down, 0.75-ish,
Okay.
something like that. Or no, I think it's actually like 1 degree and 2 up. So it's the same 3-degree change.
Gotcha. I don't know how far up I am. Do you want to take some from the recent crop there?
Rob, Couch Rob, what is a sign of overpowering an iron shaft? Overpowering an iron shaft. Dispersion obviously is the primary. The first thing that will happen if you start to make a shaft, call it deflect too much. But even then, once a shaft, you can overpower a shaft and it actually starts to work in sort of trail deflection, more in trail deflection so that the shaft can accelerate less. So dispersion would be the primary sort of way to detect that.
What is so far your number one iron for this
2019?
Year? Yeah.
Still think we do an awful lot of Strix and combo sets.
Yeah, really? That's good.
I think JPX Forged has been really popular.
Yep.
The hot metals have been really popular as well.
I can see that.
P790 continues to be popular. As I said, for the players, I would say I've done an awful lot of P760s for the good players who like that little progressive set as well.
What do you think the chances of that being your number one set next year?
It's interesting. It's going to be real close. I'm learning a little bit about who the player is that does well with it. It's still a Mizuno customer. It doesn't quite kind of translate into the guy who's. I mean, we get a lot of people in here, looking to it a bit further, a bit of speed and stuff. It's quick, but it's not scary quick.
So it's not on the extremes of that kind of thing. Gotcha.
I think if you possess a little bit of speed, looking to kind of keep the Mizuno feel with a kind of new look and some new tech, I think it's going to be world class. Yeah, but it's not crazy jumpy off the face.
Gotcha. All right, lots of questions.
Yeah, it's good.
Very good. Yes, we did that today. So we hit the new P790s and we compared them to
good timing.
Yeah, to 2017's P790s. So yeah, you'll see
really good timing.
You'll see that quite soon, either early next week or at some point this week. Yeah, lots of people looking forward to the Torah Striker review. Should be interesting.
Yeah, I think like we were kind of alluding to, there's a movement going with the thing. It's more than just a training aid that'll get the attention of a few people. There's a significant amount. I mean, to be fair, the guys are working really hard at promoting it.
Yes.
David
They're very good at
David and Martin are, and I just saw they were at the Vegas golf show, and they'll be at the PGA show. I mean, I can only imagine the traction that they'll get down there.
It's going to be hammered.
It's going to be wild.
Yeah,
it's going to be wild.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's clearly a good product. It's working. You're getting people, respected people in the industry using it. So it's that combined with Instagram is a deadly combination, right?
It is.
Okay, Joe, what are the best drivers for someone who tends to miss low on the face or towards the toe, or both?
I think Jailbreak has always done very well with those.
The epic flash action?
Flash is very, very good for those.
Yeah, we've seen that, right?
Yeah.
The Mizuno heads seem to be pretty decent.
With the old wave technology.
Yeah.
Think that Ping is good with all. all kind of misses.
Yeah,
It's just
pretty solid. It may not be the lowest spin.
Yeah.
Well, the LST is quite good actually with the lower part of the head and low spin. I think ball speed, it was one of the most forgiving across the face that we tried. So any of those three, Joe, you got lots of options. That's the good news. Okay, let's get something else. Yeah, we've been asked this a bunch of times. Joe, I'm taking another one of your questions. We've asked for 0211 irons, didn't we? Those are the more budget ones.
TXG ones. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to make of that. To be honest, I haven't really heard. I've not had anyone beating down the door, kind of, trying to get us to.
A few questions here and there
to do that with them. So
yeah, we've had some, but no, you're right. It hasn't been super high demand.
Yeah.
All right, back on track here. Oh, Whisker kills me every time.
Where is the Bandit tonight?
I know, I haven't seen the Bandit.
Bandit's sleeping.
Well, what time is it in the UK? 10?
10.
Yeah.
He's still up.
I don't know. Tons of questions about new P790s.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't sure how into that one people might be. An old versus new, the 2017 versus 19. But I think it's an interesting video.
I think so too. Yeah.
So
again, it's anytime. I think anytime something's really good and they replace it, people just want to know if it's worth the investment, right?
Yeah.
Griffin, yes, Toronto. That's where the shop is.
Yeah.
And a new shop coming just west of Toronto in a city called Mississauga. It's about 35 minutes from here, so there'll be two locations to serve you better. This is the HQ though.
Fitting HQ, we'll call it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the other one will be
building HQ.
Build HQ, and that's where kind of we'll
point.
have a few more offices and stuff there.
It'll be good. It will be good.
Looking forward to that one. I think once we get down there and do a few videos down there as well, being able to dive between the Fit Bay and the build shop.
I'd like to do some videos where we combine kind of the two. You do some testing, maybe even if it's a fit, and then we kind of look at how those exact clubs are built. Like how Mikey takes, let's say, Ronnie comes in for his fit, and you fit him, what did we fit him for last time? Hybrids, for example.
G410s.
It'd be cool to do a video where he then builds that club for him right afterwards, so people can see how that actually works.
Well, a little, for those watching, there's a little kind of sneak preview, a little, what would you call it? A glimpse into 2020. So we will have a sort of a VIP experience where your clubs can literally be built for you within certainly 48 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can come in to that location.
Yeah, in Mississauga.
Come into that location. Predominantly, I'll be working in Mississauga, so that'll be something that for our clients coming in from out of town will be more of an expedited experience because we know they're traveling and stuff like that, and
so
it's
they can get
difficult.
their stuff before they leave.
Correct.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think you get a lot of takers on that actually.
Yeah.
Philip, we'll come to Europe eventually. No immediate plans, but
I know we thought we might get it this year, but this year just flew. Do you know what it is? I think next year we have to. We were sat at lunch today talking about the PGA show in January, didn't we?
Yeah, it's true.
Try to kind of plan that stuff already, and
that's first, yeah.
For the business right now, I'm trying to plan for next spring.
Yeah.
So we've kind of got an idea as to what we're going to be up to, and that sort of thing for next March and April. So
I think a spring trip to California probably earlier up on the list than going to Europe, I would say. Yeah. In terms of priorities, but yeah, I mean, I certainly would love to go. Okay. Best wedge of 2019 so far. I know it's tough because a bunch just came out.
Ooh, 2019.
Let's do it in two parts. What has been
the best seller?
The best seller so far, and then what do you think may end up being the best seller for the latter half of the year? Because you've got new stuff. I mean, you've got these new MG wedges. You got Ping 3.0s coming out or are out. So,
well, let me just say this: the Glide 3.0 has made a really fast start.
Okay.
I would say that our best seller of the year, surprised a lot of people, has been S18.
Really?
Yep.
The Mizuno one?
A lot of Mizuno.
Once you have T20 in here, I bet you that'll be
lot of
nice,
that,
because then you
yeah.
can cover sort of the person who wants the blade version of it too. Those T20s are nice.
T20s are nice, and I can really see the player who likes, you know, JPX Tour, MP20, blade, probably going into T20. But the guy who likes, you know, JPX forged, hot metals, you know, we've even done quite a lot of wedges with the hot metal line of wedges.
Yeah, those are quite good. Those.
They are good.
Yeah.
They spin a lot.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense to carry that into your wedges.
Guys, let me know if any of you know who a coach called Gareth Raflewski is. Irish coach called Gareth Raflewski. We're going to be spending some time with Gareth in about a month's time.
Are we?
We are. Yeah, we're looking at that.
Before the end of the year?
Yep. What date were we said yesterday, in fact.
Is he's from Ireland originally?
Yep.
But he's lives in Canada.
Lives in London, Ontario. So I think it's the 23rd of September. Are you away? Or the following week? I think he actually said those 2 weeks he's home.
Okay, so it'll have to be the one after, but yeah. I'm away the 23rd, but I can definitely do the one after.
We'll do the one after.
Yeah,
weather
definitely.
permitting.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen. We'll go see him at his
We'll go see him at his club,
Yeah.
And we were kind of chatting about some stuff yesterday, and I think there'll be some really, really good wedge information coming out of that.
That'd be awesome. He's one of the most successful tour coaches in the world right now.
He is.
By far. That will be extremely cool. Yeah, you got Joe's thing already. Good. All right. You grab one from... I'm going to slowly make my way down here a little bit.
Dylan is asking, do you train for golf in the gym?
Do you?
No.
No, I don't either. I go to the gym, but I can't say I really think about... Nah, it's not entirely true. I try to... Not much. It's mostly like general workout stuff. I think I consider it here and there. Like I'll think about, you know, spending some extra time on your core and your legs for golf purposes, but I can't say that I'm in the gym like making golf swings with a cable or something like that. I just don't.
Yeah, I would probably say that I'm mindful not to do things that would harm my golf swing or golf game.
That's a good point.
But not specifically focusing on it. I think I told you about that F45 stuff.
Yeah. So you're still liking it?
Yeah, it's hard.
It's good. I know it's hard.
It's a killer. Oh, Lindsay, you were saying Lindsay does it. Yeah.
She invited me to go. I forget what she said.
Go.
She's like, "Do you want to go on Thursday?" And I said, "Okay. Well, what class is it?"
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, this is like the heavy cardio." And I said, "That's not going to be my first experience there. I'll be puking at 6 o'clock." I will go. I do want to go. I just want to go. I want to ease in on like more of a, I guess, a cross training one, not so much the cardio.
Yeah.
Because in all honesty, I don't do much cardio.
Do you know what? One thing I will say though is I'm kind of surprised how much weights there are in the cardio ones and how much cardio there is in the weights ones.
Oh, okay.
So
there's crossover.
They're not that dissimilar.
Right. I would imagine the atmosphere of it keeps you pushing yourself, because that's, I don't know, when I'm by myself, that's why I can't do cardio alone, because I just dog it, because I don't want to feel that exhausted.
Do you know what would be really interesting? It would be interesting to like do one with a partner on a similar sort of fitness and strength level. It's true. And kind of have someone who could almost drive you on a little bit.
Yeah, you need that, I think.
A little bit of competition and just, you know, something to kind of, okay, a few more reps, keep going, and don't give up with 3 or 4 seconds to go.
Because
that's what happens. You look around you, and you know people are putting their weights down, and it's not there yet. And, you know, they're not finished.
Yeah, you need that last few seconds is very important.
I'll segue.
All right.
We get this a lot. Whatever happened to super speed training?
Yeah, you do get that a lot.
We do get that a lot. Super speed training was put in the back burner because we were basically both injured. So
you kind of you didn't tweak your neck from that, but you had tweaked your neck or your shoulder in the gym, right?
It was bad. It's a bad timing for me. I think the other part of it as well is when it comes to speed training, you know, when you're sort of overload training on speed, kind of you have to throw technique out the window.
Oh yeah, true enough. Right? You
So
just have to swing hard.
You just have to go for it. So both of us have been really focused on some technical changes this year and trying to kind of get better with our mechanics.
Yeah.
So
Get the ball in line. Right?
And I don't think either of us are probably that upset with how fast we are either.
I don't have any real desire to worry about my club head speed right now.
No. I would say, if anything, I notice you at times going, okay, I want to dial this back a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially when I see, like even today we were swinging, I noticed I wasn't quite as quick, but I felt like I had good control of the face today. So,
no, you certainly did.
Not a priority, that's for sure. But obviously tons of people that are really struggling and need speed, it's obviously been very effective. I wouldn't take our experience as, the only indicator. MG rusty wedges, we do have them. I've got a lefty one. We're going to probably do some longer term testing on it to see how it wears over time. But it will be part of our wedge roundup whenever we do that.
Yeah, we're not that far away. Not that far away from having a really comprehensive wedge matrix. So
you just really need the Mizunos mostly, right? That's what we're waiting for.
Just watched a small video today on the Mura irons, and that popped up.
Yeah, you would have been in the Mura documentary, remember?
On the documentary?
Yeah. Must have.
Yeah. What can you say about the 288 that you guys reviewed?
2008.
So we no longer have that one. I don't even think that's on their website anymore.
Is that an older model?
Yeah.
You heard anything about new P760s?
No.
About 10 people have asked that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Probably just because new P790s came out. I would think maybe next year. I had to guess.
Yeah, I think that 2008's gone.
Was it a blade? What was it?
It was a cavity. Abe Answer. Hell of a player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's playing amazing. Is he got top 30 in the world or something like that?
Yeah, so they've really limited the iron selection right now. So they've got kind of 501, 301, 601, then the lefty 801. Yeah.
So that 2008 is technically not in the...
It's not in the lineup. Yeah, we did have it for a while. I liked it. I thought it was quite a good looking iron.
Did you?
Kind of mid-size, but yeah.
Question about HMB compared to JPX line model. So basically, how forgiving are these likely to be?
Yeah.
The Tour and the Forge. I would think that the Forge is small. This is not going to be in that range. This is a bit slimmer than what the Hot Metal Pro.
Definitely slimmer than that. I would say probably profile-wise, that's probably not that far away from Forged. But one of the things, if you remember, Chris said that iron plays a lot bigger than it looks.
Right.
Because of the design of it, the tungsten that's in there. So it's a much smaller package for the amount of forgiveness that's in there.
Yep.
So I love the way that he coined that. I thought that was an absolute perfect way to describe it. So, for the people who, deep down, you need a little bit of help and forgiveness, but you really want to package it up in something that kind of sits nicely in the bag.
Yeah.
No, nothing wrong with that.
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. Well, here, let me get the Forged out just so we can look at the size.
Absolutely.
Where are you?
Guys, if we're missing questions, apologise. I've seen a few people repeating their questions, and we'll try and get to as many as you can. Just an awful lot coming in today, which is amazing. Lots and lots.
Well, this is Hot Metal Pro.
Hot Metal Pro. I mean, significantly bigger.
Yeah.
Hot Metal Pro.
You can see the sole is another 15 millimeters wider.
Yeah. Let me catch up a little bit here.
Go for it.
Where are we at, guys? What we're doing? We're just going a little bit.
Because we're tired.
Why are we sitting down? We've been standing all day.
Standing for 6 hours.
What do we charge for fitting? So if you go to the website, txg.ca, you'll be able to see on there. So iron fit, driver fit, roughly around $100. Long game fit, $250. Ultimate bag, $400. So all the prices are on the website. Highest loft hybrid you've ever seen? I think that's becoming a bit more common now. Yeah. I've seen kind of something, I've seen like 34-degree hybrids.
Really?
Tons of 30s. There's some 31, 32s with some adjustability and stuff like that.
Really?
Yep.
That's cool. What would 34 degrees, like a 7-iron?
Well, and that's a weak 7 nowadays.
Yeah, true enough. Okay, yeah, we're gonna skip ahead just a little bit.
Yep. Our thoughts on smaller companies like New Level, Labstroke, I'm not sure what they are, Axis. I don't know if that's Lab Putter.
Yeah, it must be Lab Putters, because Axis is putters too.
Yeah. I mean, the smaller companies always get a chance in a store like this. I mean, we carry New Level, we carry Lab Putters, we don't have Axis, but I mean, I think you'll always, anytime it comes to sort of performance, you'll always, find
if it's
it
good,
here.
it'll be in here, right?
Yeah, I mean, the New Level sort of irons specifically, those are fantastic. They've done a fit with those last week, and it was the customer came in with an old set of Hogan Apex, so it was actually a slightly bigger profile, and he was looking for a very specific shape, and the New Level iron was remarkably close to it, and it performed equally as well. A little bit of lead edge kind of grind to it and stuff. It was really good.
Nice.
It was really good.
Joe, I don't see your question below, but maybe repeat it again for us, and we'll keep an eye. What golf ball would we recommend? We would recommend going for a fitting for your golf ball.
Yep. Jason's asking, any suggestions for affordable portable launch monitors? We've tested a few. They never came out very good in our testing.
It was tough to get them to work.
I mean, to be honest, it's a tough crowd because all I've ever really worked with is a TrackMan or a GC Quad.
That's very true.
For a while I had a Flight Scope Kudu, and it was pretty crap. I actually had one of my worst fitting experiences of my life with that thing. I was fitting a tour player in Orlando, and that thing was throwing numbers about like you just wouldn't believe. Ended up just turning it off and highballing the rest of the fit, and it was easier.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't know. I think they'll come along further. They do have a bit of a user issue at the moment where sometimes the Bluetooth connection isn't great or the conditions have to be just right. But it's a good category. Hopefully it continues to improve. It's worthwhile for people.
Would you rather have a horrendous putting game every time you play or kiss Matty on the lips once? Oh, I'd far rather be horrendous. I'm horrendous with the putting anyway, so nothing would change, so I'll stick to that.
Is that just status quo?
Status.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Justin, Thursday for MP20 reviews. Thursday.
Yep.
If we could spend anyone in the world to spend a day hitting driver with. Oh, that's a good question. Specifically, the driver. Who are the best drivers? Rory?
I think Rory's the best. He is the best.
I would like to see Rory hit drivers.
I've spent 3 days with Rory watching him hit drivers.
Ryder Cup?
No. We were in the Hamptons at Sabonic Golf Club. So it was the year he was really struggling. It was his first year with Nike. Yep. And he was using that covert driver. And apparently the rumor was he couldn't hit that covert driver. It was horrendous. Complete nonsense. He had a lot of stuff going off the course with that lawsuit and stuff like that when he left his management company.
Yeah, that's right.
All that sort of stuff. So to watch him for 3 days straight hitting drivers on the range at Sabonic was just something else. Something else.
Yeah, it sounds like he's the one that's universally the most impressive off the tee, based on what the announcers and the fellow players say.
Yeah.
Ian is from Glasgow area?
Yeah, just outside Glasgow. Helensburgh. A wee town called Helensburgh. Wee seaside town.
What was
nice
that?
Fish and chips.
Oh.
And ice cream.
Sounds all right. What was that town at the beginning?
Kirkintillich. Kirky.
I don't see a question here. Capital H.
Capital
H, here it is.
Yeah.
Okay, looking to reduce spin on the irons. Okay, 7 iron is spinning a lot, 7,500 RPMs. Have tried bending them strong. 4 down, 4 from the inside. It's a lot of spin.
Yeah, there's a lot of spin.
How could you still get that much spin? A lot of dynamic loft?
Depends how fast it is. I mean, that might not be a lot of spin, depending how fast you are.
Yep.
Yeah,
But,
I mean,
but you're really up to, it's either reducing the static loft or you're reducing the dynamic loft.
I mean, being 4 down and 4 from the inside, for a shot to basically be hit on line, you have to have a face that's closing, which generally would bring down the dynamic loft. So I'd look at I'd look at golf ball. I would look into, obviously, you know, what your set makeup is, what shaft, what loft are you using.
Good point.
That sort of thing.
The golf ball would be a big one, that's for sure. Even I was warming up the XV Strixon versus the standard Z-Star. It was like 800-900 RPMs a spin on a 7 or 6 iron, just between those two balls. Z-Star XV and Z-Star regular. Yeah. I was getting at least 700-800. Yeah, big difference.
I tell you one thing, it does not take much to change spin by 1,000. Yeah. You know, it can be bounce like we were talking about earlier on.
That's right. Yeah.
It can be golf ball. You know, combine the two. It can be massive difference. Very interesting.
Thursday, MP20s. Yeah. Thursday.
MP20, all of them. Did we hit them all?
There's 2.
Yeah, we actually done a little sneaky fit video in there with Chris Caldwell, Mr. Mizuno. I don't know if you could call him Mr. Mizuno Canada, but he certainly is Mizuno in our area.
He's our Mr.
He's
Mizuno.
a rep.
Yep.
Best in the business.
So he did the HMBs and the MMCs, and then I hit the Blade MP20s. So those two videos we'll put out on Thursday. Definitely. Maybe save the wedge for Friday, but maybe not. Might just be a 3-video bonanza. What club does Ron use between? Okay, I don't think Ronnie has a club between his driver and his 7-wood, does he?
I don't think he does.
Because he goes driver, 7-wood, then 2 hybrids.
Yeah, we certainly haven't fit him to one, have we?
No, I think he's got his
G410. Is it G410?
His new driver is. Yeah. But then his 3-wood's a G30, right? Yeah. Or his 7-wood, sorry.
Yeah. And then he's into 2 new hybrids.
Yep. That is his makeup. A lot of people don't benefit from a 3-wood. Tons of people don't.
Tons.
Not enough loft.
Hold it. Can you go to the bottom?
Yeah.
This is incorrect.
I've heard you say that before.
Yeah. Spin rate should not match the iron that is on the club. To separate your spin rates by 1,000 per club as you go is, I'm not going to call it impossible, but
very rare.
Less than 5% of people would do it. Less than 1% of people would do it.
Really that few? Yeah. Okay. Tour players included?
Tour players included. Like the average player will separate spin by about 600. Right? So to go, you know, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, it's almost impossible to do. So
what do you think is I know this is...
Speed is the dominant factor.
That's the dominant factor. So if the old sort of convention of 1,000 between, or number iron times 1,000 was kind of the old myth, what do you think is a more realistic generalization?
Do you know where it came? For the most part, it came from a Jason Duffner video.
Oh yeah, I remember you said that.
Yeah, on Trackman, and he was going through like how he kind of generally thinks about it. But you know, Duffner's not a huge kind of equipment geek. You know, he's not trawling through his numbers and that sort of thing. But he generally kind of, when he would look up at it, he'd see 4,000 something with his 4-iron, around 5,000, you know, ish with his, you know, give or take. But it is not a good rule of thumb to follow for most golfers.
For most people, gotcha. I found Joe's question here. Oh yeah, we were talking about drivers that were good for a low strike. was asking about the PXG 0811X. Is that, you find that to be decent low in the face or not as forgiving?
No, not great.
So
not
G410 or Epic Flash, yes, Joe. Those are a better option. TS3, okay down there?
Pretty good. Pretty good, yeah. I mean...
not a standout, though?
I mean, it was something that was certainly a design philosophy in sort of 915, 917 when they had the active recoil chamber.
There was a channel
that arc sort of part. So they still said the head would sort of produce good energy down there, even though that they sort of, you know, covered that up a little bit.
Gotcha. All right, Joe, hopefully that answers your question. More Foresight challenges. Are they on the horizon? Probably over the winter, yeah. We'll get back into it. Taking a little hiatus from them, but yeah.
Well, we've got lots of product in right now as well.
Yeah, it's a good time for reviews. So
we are busy in sort of lots and lots of stuff to review. I mean, we're probably keeping our videos down right now. We could probably do, you know, 8 to 10 videos a day right now. There's so much product, but we're trying to kind of space it out a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, I think over the you know, maybe pre-PGA show when things are in a temporary lull, you may see us you're going to get dive back into your skills challenge.
Yeah, I still want the record of that.
I think you can do it.
Do you know what? Actually, I've put that one in the back burner until the Mississauga store is open.
Because it's 2 minutes.
Because it's 2 minutes from my house, and I can do those, you know, long sessions where I can kind of get into the groove of doing it.
Have my breakfast, get home in time for bed.
Correct.
Ollie's asking, he is a 7 handicap. Can he play P760s? I don't see why not.
Yeah, no problem.
Plenty of ability.
No problemo.
They're not unforgiving. They're smaller in profile, but I don't think they're hard to hit. 1,500 RPMs too low spin for a driver.
Yes.
In all cases.
1.55 smash factor is a misread.
Yeah, should be 1.5 tops.
Yeah, 1.52 at the most is what you'll see generally, but you know, that's conditions. But yeah, 1.55 is a misread. Whisker's still looking for a bucket hat.
That's right. Whisker, you have to come visit. It's time. It is time. Okay, mid-handicapper looking for a small... No, you go ahead.
Joe, Ian get married and stopped doing the skills challenge. Coincidence, question mark? Is that an accurate assessment?
What are you asking me for? You're the one who got married. The thing's aligned. I don't know if that's exactly the reason. Oh, your wife knows the deal.
She knows the deal.
She knows the deal.
I might sneak one in tonight. Do you know what it is? My game's been kind of crap.
Both of us have been scraping it.
I don't have much confidence that I'm going to threaten it. Do you know what actually happened? I forgot to tell you this. The Friday night, Tiffany Chan was in for a fit.
Yeah.
No word of a lie.
2 weeks ago, right?
I was on 48 points with 3 stations remaining.
Oh my God.
And she walked in and she's like, "Oh hi."
Oh
so
no.
Brought in her like put her tour bag in and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah. You mean just 2 minutes? Like literally was on course for, well, I mean, if you max out the last 3, you're at 63.
Yeah.
But even if you get a couple of 3s and you know you're up in the mid 50s anyway. But
oh no.
Oh, it was flying.
That's a disaster. A disaster.
I know.
But you're capable of it.
It's in there.
It's those last 3 ones that always get you. You've got to get more out of those last 3.
Do you know what I found? A little sneaky cheat hack.
What?
I used that Mizuno ball for it.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Did I tell you about that? And it literally just hits and just grabs, whereas the Srixon kind of hits and releases a little bit.
But you're changing clubs then, obviously, right? Like
yeah, so I'm, like I can whatever the number is, I just play it to kind of fly the number.
Yeah, the playing the bounces it's tough.
So tough.
To judge. Yeah. Okay, so this question it's a good general question. So you want something relatively small top line with good forgiveness. What do you think is the best combination of, I guess, a compact head that is pretty forgiving in an iron?
I think P790 has done a nice job of that.
Okay.
I think MP20 HMB will be nice for that.
Yep.
JPX 919 forged.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could go either one of the Srixon models.
Yeah, that's true.
Would be good.
585s, yeah, that would be good.
I think that is probably the the section of the market that's really kind of a lot of the companies are catering towards.
Yeah, well, it makes sense, right? Because everyone wants something that looks pretty good, but in reality, like, we're not all going to play blades.
Even if you look at a set like Apex, they're not exactly big, are they?
No, they're not.
That's true. They're quite nice and compact.
Yeah, good point. All right.
Scoot down. I just want to address a couple of people asking about times and stuff like that.
Okay. How far down?
That's fine. I'll get it in a sec. Well, let me just answer just now. So,
Sure.
a golfer's walk. How long before an opening for a fitting? We are sort of taking bookings for next year. So it's probably going to be something that there might become a few available in December. We're going to wait and see kind of what happens and how things transition with the new store.
Yep.
But probably next year.
Cool.
Wayne Jones is asking, love to see Ian and Matt playing against each other in the studio matches such as Oak won at St Andrews. Does Matt ever win one of the matches?
I don't think I have. No, I won the 9 holes once.
You did. Kingsbarns. The back nine at Kingsbarns.
What have we played, like 12 times? I won once.
But to be fair, there has never been one match that there's been more than a shot in it.
Yeah, true. They've been reasonable.
Every single match comes down to like, 1 under or level, 2 under and 1 under. There's nothing.
I would like to win more. The reality is you are better at golf. So it's not really a total shock.
I don't know. I think indoors. I think I might have a sneaky advantage indoors.
Just no one.
I wouldn't. I don't think for a second the ratio of wins would be the same outdoors.
We'll have to play more golf next year outdoors.
I know, for sure.
Okay, Jonathan is asking.
Forgiven.
Okay, so can an iron be more forgiving when it comes to, I guess, side angle? That's an interesting question.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, obviously, it's not so much the iron that becomes forgiven, although, obviously MOI is playing a part in that, but it's establishing some more consistent delivery parameters. So, a face-to-path relationship that is much more consistent, a shaft kind of composition, the weight of it, the flex, everything that helps the player be more consistent with their timing and delivery.
Yeah.
So it's not one thing. So can you be more accurate with a set of irons than what you've already got? Yeah, 100%.
But it's not because of the actual head itself.
No.
Because the head itself is more miss-hit forgiveness?
Yeah, there's, it's not the MOI isn't that significant one iron to another. We're not looking at, we can't talk too much to gear effect. Things like that.
Yeah, because the face is essentially flat, right?
Yeah. I mean, there has been sort of now proven, and I've said this for a while, there's subtle gearing around even a flat face, but very, very little.
Gotcha. There's some interesting stuff Chris said about the vertical gearing, when he said the MP20s are a bit fatter up here, and the thin shots kind of do less of this. I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah. If you look at who are the company that make the wedges? I think it's 14 that make the wedges with the very, very high CG.
Oh, do they?
Vokey do as well.
Yeah, Vokey's, even my SM7. So SM8s are getting rumored. Is that what all this wink is? Okay. I think someone said Golf WRX posted something about it. So
right.
The cat is out of the bag. You answered that about your next openings.
Yeah. What's your biggest pet peeve on the golf course? I just hate slow play.
My biggest pet peeve is people picking up a golf ball that is not theirs.
Oh yeah? Do you see that a lot?
Yeah, I shouldn't.
Do you?
I remember playing men's league one night.
Yeah.
I hit a wayward drive, as I sometimes do. And it was fine, but it was on the basically there's 2 adjacent holes in my club that you can hit it over the trees if you're like any tree line course, right? So I hit it over there. It was a par 5. I only had like 210 from where it actually ended up in the other fairway, but a guy picked it up, and I thought I had lost the ball. So I'm about to kind of go back to the tee, and then I see them up on the green, and he's like, "Oh, were you playing this Rickson?" I'm like, So I had him show me where it was, and then I hit my shot. I hate that.
I know.
Because you wreck someone's day, basically. Like if you lose a ball and if you're playing a round that matters, you can't just be like, "Oh well, I think my ball was there." So I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. I don't like playing slow either, but there's worse, worse things to have happen to you than.
I hate when you're playing and you're waiting on every single shot.
I agree.
Anything over 3.5 hours just drives me up the wall.
You know what's even worse is if you've been playing at a certain pace and then the pace drastically changes, like with 6 holes to go and you've been playing well, and now all of a sudden you're waiting, then you're just completely screwed.
Yep.
You've been selling a lot of the +4 grips with the build-up in the lower hand. Mm-hmm. Seems pretty popular, right?
We actually do more with the Lampkin Sonar than we do with the Golf Pride.
You were saying,
because obviously
that's the ones up here,
it's our grip and our demo matrix. So someone goes through the whole fit experience. They fall in love with the club, and you kind of tune it up for them, and they kind of the grip is kind of part of that. And they go at the end of it, they go, I love this grip. Yeah. Take this one.
It makes sense.
Does make sense.
Unless you have a real strong preference. Otherwise, I can understand that. Let's take this as a quick little easy question. Tom's asking how you get the lowest spin setting for his TaylorMade M3.
Weights forward.
So there's two weights, right? You just push them both.
Push them both on the
front
Y track. So push them both forward. You obviously have loft you can play with a little bit as well. So if you're not going to compromise your dispersion by opening the face a little bit, you can tune that loft down a little bit.
We saw those weights forward made a big difference. Remember when we first got that driver? The weights forward, I couldn't even hit the thing in the air. But what else is new, right? How does Matt hit a 1-iron? Oh, geez. Not well. Never tried one.
I don't know if anyone hits a 1-iron all that well.
Well, I don't think I would be prime candidate for it, but I'm sure it would be a laugh anyway.
Tom is asking, what is the best way to make his grips last longer?
Clean them.
Clean them will definitely help. I tell you what, that Genesis material by Lampkin is quite amazing.
That's stuff, right?
So that's the Genesis grip, but the actual material. So even the Sonar, same as the Sonar material. Yeah. So the obviously the grade of rubber that you use is obviously a big part of that. So this Genesis material that Lampkin are using for all the new Crossline and Sonar grips. This will be a new version. This is Crossline Genesis.
Yep.
It lasts significantly longer.
I'm curious. I mean, I really like. I'm not at all kind of ragging on them. I like my Golf Pride Align grips, but they do lose their texture. Like all the kind of textured areas are wearing down quite a bit.
Joe is approving of both of our pet peeves in the golf course. He said slow play and picking up someone else's ball can ruin a round. You're absolutely right,
really can.
Joe. So right.
Most other things can be fixed by having a couple of beers, but those will be irritating.
Yeah.
There's really no excuse for playing slow, is there? I played with someone the other day who cares? He must have been 25 handicap, the fastest golfer you've ever seen.
I know.
Like just went about his business, no nonsense.
Yeah.
If you make a 12, you pick the ball up, and you move on to the next hole.
So true.
Sorry, this is a follow-up from Jonathan was asking about iron forgiveness. So he's saying Blueprint, for example, Blueprint iron, which I had in my hand a minute ago, Blueprint iron versus I-210. It's basically asking like what is the difference in forgiveness. So it's more, he was asking whether it was left and right forgiveness. So it would be more ball speed retention.
Ball speed retention.
On a mishit.
Yeah. Perimeter weighting is since the Ping I2 iron really has been a game changer for forgiveness when it comes to that. So, yeah, I mean, when you spread the mass like that, you get significantly more forgiveness on off-center strikes, toe and heel.
The only time you would think, scientifically someone hits an iron straighter would be what? More spin, basically. If someone had a more stable flight, then maybe that would fly less offline, kind of like a driver.
Yeah,
it's the only way that you can actually see
spin generally reduces curvature, absolutely.
But that wouldn't really be a feature of an iron, I guess, per se, right?
No.
Good question, though, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Interesting. Not fixing ball marks on the green is another one.
It's a stinker, isn't it?
It really is.
It's just ignorant.
Honestly, I see it at my club too, and I
don't
wonder.
Even play golf if you're going to do that. If you're literally going to walk up, leave a pitch mark in a green, or even, do you know what bugs me as well? See when people go out at night time and play, and they'll hit 4 or 5 balls into a green, and then they'll walk up and collect it, and they've left 4 or 5 pitch marks. That does my head in.
Because if a pitch mark sits overnight and then it gets scalped in the morning by the grass cutter, depending on the budget, they don't necessarily.
Just looks bad.
Yeah, no, it's
bad. Have a bit of respect.
Agreed. Agreed. That grip question is good. I want one for how to make gloves last longer. That's what I need. A glove
You go through gloves unbelievably, don't you?
Sweaty hand. Sweaty
Nice.
bastard. I'm not the only one, but yeah, it's just a sweaty damn hand.
What guys? What gloves out there last the longest?
Because this is the problem. It's like, do you buy like obviously sometimes you'll just get cheap ones for the range. They're synthetic. They feel like crap, to be fair, but they don't wear down as fast. But the kind of the interaction between the club isn't as good. Like a good leather glove is tacky.
It's nothing better than that.
But 2 rounds of golf and the thing might as well be thrown in the garbage. That's what I can't stand about it. It's like, where's the middle ground there? Give us a break.
I think you just need like a glove sponsor. You need a ball and glove sponsor.
See if the people approve of a glove. The ball thing, yeah, you're right.
I think you need a ball and glove sponsor.
You know what we should do? We should do 1 year at a time only, though. Like, we'll pick a ball that we like the most, play it for a year.
Kellen's telling you to get into the rain gloves.
I usually do, actually.
Do you really?
For the range?
Oh, yeah,
100%.
Why? Because your hand sweats that much?
It doesn't sweat. So it's not that it sweats that. It's just as soon as my hand is a little bit like slippery, it gets in my head. That's the difference. I don't think I have a mutant sweaty hand. I think it's like it bothers me more when I feel a bit of moisture and I feel like I'm going to slip.
Jesse's telling he goes through grips like crazy.
Yeah, the rain glove for the range is a good idea. It really is.
I Chavez, hello. Still waiting on more club building videos from you. In all honesty, we're not really in the position to be doing our club building videos right now. Our build shop is under construction. So as we've said multiple times, it will come in over the winter time.
When it's done, yeah. Well, the good news is when it's done, it'll be the best situation there's ever been to
It'll be great.
It'll be a great spot. We'll be spending some time in Mississauga, Ontario this winter.
Tons and tons of glove.
Oh yeah? I'll have to go through those later.
Go Freddie Couples, no glove. Bela Ricky Flower, tailor-made ball and glove, best of both worlds.
Couldn't do a no glove. Yeah, tailor-made gloves are good.
Kirkland, cheap and fast.
If I'm not losing balls, I don't mind paying for them, but nothing worse than having a bad round and you lose 5 balls or something. This is a good question.
What's that?
So I've seen this a lot. This is kind of back to our blades discussion. So, like, what do you think about when people will purposely buy a club that's sort of advanced for their technique
try
level?
and sort of grow into it, sort of thing, or develop into it.
Yeah, or maybe just like, I don't know, it forces them to. I've heard people say, like, I play a blade, it forces me to focus more. You ever hear people say stuff like that?
Oh, I mean, I've seen people practice with persimmon woods in the driving range, and
yeah.
But the problem with that is then the weight and the balance, and you go and try and swing and it's 43 inches, and you go and try and swing your 45-inch driver that's significantly lighter overall because it's got a 65-gram shaft rather than a 120-gram steel shaft, and really, what is the point of the exercise?
So this being a less extreme version of that, where you would just, I'll give you an example. Let's say you fit. Joe Smith you recommended hot metal, JPX hot metal irons. These are the best for you. This is what you should be playing, perfect for your skill level. If he says to you, I want to buy the pros because I want it to kind of focus me on better ball striking, is that purely mental or is there any sort of value to that?
I don't think there's any value to it.
It's purely sort of I don't think it, I think it can help someone, but I think it's only because their mental adjustment kind of makes them swing better.
Yeah,
I mean, this can't be backed by anything scientific.
Well, I mean, look at something like the PSP, the little one.
That's right. There's one in the back.
There's one in the back, but people that would be changing games all over the world if that was the case, because it's such a small little head, and but it doesn't.
Reality is you just be missing it most of the time.
That's it. I mean, is it sort of. Do you get used to that one? Yeah, probably. But again, you swing your own club, and it's still not going to mean that you're not going to be susceptible to mishitting it.
Gotcha. Yeah, Kirkland signature gloves are not sold in Canada.
Are they not?
No. So Costco Canada had like Callaway gloves for the longest time, but they weren't the highest end weights, if we're honest. Bionic gloves. Put your bag in a plastic. There's a lot of glove advice in here.
A lot of glove advice.
It's an issue. It adds up, honestly. I don't want to think about what I spend on gloves throughout a year. It's
How many gloves are you going through?
20?
Yeah, it's quite
maybe
a lot.
more. Yeah.
You play quite a lot of golf,
Yeah.
and you practice quite a lot.
It's more from the range, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like when I'm playing golf, I don't look at my glove after a round and go like, oh God, this is ruined. It's more from going to the range, right? Well, tons of people saying Kirkland gloves. I wish they sold them here. They don't. This is so Connor's talking about liquid chalk or any of these.
Yeah.
So I have a little, I think it's for climbers. It's just a little tube of cream.
Yeah.
It kind of dries your hands. That stuff is very good.
Joe Hughes from
Does he
Scotland.
use that?
Joe used to use that when he used to play.
I
He used
think
to
it's
use
a
some
good idea.
some kind of sports sort of powder sort of stuff.
I should get back into that. Smart, as long as the chemicals don't send me to an early grave.
Yep.
It's good. KDB2 is coming in for a driver fitting and a loft and lie check.
Very
Lovely.
good, smart man. That's a good way to really improve your
really
kind of
is.
setup. You know, it really is. Driver's so important.
I love it. Want to take a couple more and hit the road?
Yeah, I think
Time is
slowing
flown
down
by,
a little
hasn't
bit.
it?
I know.
It's 6 o'clock.
Best way to reduce dynamic loft through equipment. I mean, the modern irons are helping you with that. You know, they're coming down in loft. They obviously the irons are getting stronger all the time. So, I mean, you're reducing static loft through dynamic loft through having less static loft.
That's the quick.
That's
A shaft isn't going to change
Shafts
your dynamic loft
don't
much.
really change that stuff much. It's very rare is a shaft going to influence dynamic loft significantly enough.
So technique or your static loft are your best bet. Okay, let's back it up. This was good.
Lots of good stuff.
Good little impromptu live. Wanted to make sure we got on for a nice Q&A. We haven't done this in a while. Tons of videos coming out this week. I got a lot of editing to do, so that'll be good. You guys will have a nice busy full week of vids. And
Yeah,
then,
we should have literally one, sometimes two a day.
Yeah, there'll be, well, Thursday certainly you'll see more than one. So yeah, lots and lots, and then we'll be back filming Monday next week.
What's next week? We said already KBS.
KBS is like numero uno for next week.
Yeah, I would say that's right. Yeah, we're
we got
talking
some ball
about some
testing.
ball
Yeah.
stuff.
Hopefully you guys are interested in seeing some Vice golf ball tests. They were nice enough to send us a bunch. We haven't really reviewed them since we did one model like last year, so we figure we'll get into those a bit because it's a good budget alternative.
So just a quick one.
Yeah.
I've seen this from Tony a couple of times. Tony's asking, Ian, what's a heavier alternative to Project X 6.0? I always fit for 6.5, but prefer the feel of my 6.0s. I would, Tony, say go with some, if you have access to it. I know it's a bit of a tricky one, but it is try the Shimada Pro or Tour, 126 and 123 grams respectively. A little bit heavier than Project X 6.0, but have very, very kind of similar characteristics, especially the Tour.
Shimada Tour.
Yeah.
Are they fairly available at?
I mean, it's hard to, sometimes I don't really know,
know,
what else is out there in the marketplace. And
Do you think like Club Champion would have them as an example, or like True Spec or someone like that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I would think so, certainly.
Probably one of those shops would have it.
Yep.
Because ideally, if you could get a little demo of them, would be good, right?
Tim is asking, have we seen his photos of his 7-day golf trip on Insta? I don't
not
think I
sure,
have.
Tim. Maybe I have. Leave in the comments where you went. Maybe we might have seen it. You probably
not sure.
tagged us on Instagram.
Right.
But let us know. Joe loves his O-bands.
Joe loves his O-bands made by Shimada.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, there you go.
Yep. They're, I would say they're renowned as some of the best shafts in the game. Actually, there's the new 125 by those guys. That's another one that Tony should try if he can get out to try the O-band 125 as well. Yeah.
Nice.
Really good. Really good. Or soft step the 6.5s or seat tapers. I don't know.
Chef does not recommend that. He says no. All right, good. This was fun. Thanks, all several hundred of you that tuned in. This was good.
Really good little impromptu.
Nice little impromptu Labor Day special at the end of our vacation weekend, and we'll be back at it next week.
We'll be back at it, busy. Yep, stay tuned. We'll try and kind of keep you updated through the week on Instagram. Is our kind of preferred route for most updates on certain things with product arriving and what's happening with the build. So Guys, if you don't already follow us on Instagram, go do that.
Please do. Yeah.
We're certainly doing most of our updates on there.
Very true.
Yeah.
Okay.
All good.
We'll see you guys
Excellent.
in the video tomorrow morning.
What's coming out tomorrow, boss man?
I don't know. What do you want to put out tomorrow?
Are you going to do one of... Oh, we can't do any of last week's ones.
Yeah,
They're
so one of the ones
embargoed.
from today.
You know, I'd love to see... it's probably going to be quite a relatively easy one. I'd love to see Planemate come out tomorrow.
Okay. I can do that. That's
Yeah.
fine with me. All right. Planemate tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. If I have time, maybe even a live premiere.
Oh.
We'll see. We'll see. You got time tomorrow morning? You want to come on for a little chat?
10... What time?
You're driving.
I'm
though.
not driving.
It's a bad
Yeah.
drive. It's a good time to release. But
Is it?
Oh, we can do it another time. Do you want it earlier? Only if you feel like it.
Earlier would be better.
I think the people would like to see you because you're swinging in the video. They need your live commentary. Maybe we'll do 9 then.
Yeah, 9 would be better.
Is that fine?
9 would be good. Then I can leave about the house
Perfect.
about 9:30.
Okay, 9 a.m. tomorrow.
9 a.m. Planemate.
Planemate video.
Get
Championship
ready.
belt. We'll see you guys tomorrow.